What's happening? This is the Tap In Podcast. We are live inside of the Tap In studio.
Yes, sir.
Man, I got a special guest, special guest. This is long overdue, man.
Yes, I appreciate your patience too, bro.
Yes, sir. Big BC in the building, man. How you feeling, man?
And I'm blessed by the best.
Yes,
I try
sir.
to thrive not to do no stress.
Yes. Man, so I want to give the people the backstory of how I even came to even know who BC was.
Yes, sir.
So when I first started the podcast, I was like, I need help getting guests. I need somebody to help me get some guests on here. And I reached out to Bebe.
Yeah.
And Bebe was like, yo, this the person you need to hit.
Show you right. That's my family.
Yeah, Bebe hit me and gave me your number. And I was like, bet. We got on the phone. We talked for like 20, 30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
And from the next week on, it was like guest after guest. You was sending me everybody. I was like, man.
Yeah, it's a blessing, man. You know, like myself, I'll be looking for these platforms.
Yeah.
And then when, I've always been one to really be big about, one, sharing the knowledge, but then two, if one make an effort, man, you supposed to give them a bone. I look at it. Now, the key was after I gave you a few of them and you really turned them around and I got to keep feeding that animal. You know what I mean? Like, he really got something over there I need to feed, you know? So
absolutely.
I appreciate you too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man,
Real
likewise.
Real talk.
So here's what I want to get into, man.
Okay.
I know you in the music side.
Yes, sir.
But I don't know exactly. Because I see you moving around. You'll be moving around with somebody I never heard before. And then you'll be with somebody like, oh, how the fuck? How did BC know this person?
Right.
How did you? So exactly what is the title that you would give yourself or that you was given?
Well, what I have done over the time is simplify things. The best way to do it. And I'm really in that space from a marketing, promotions, consultant, branding. That's my nook. But let's be 1,000 when you in front line, which I call it, which we are really, a lot of times we're the first point of contact. You got to learn how to kind of hustle and create all streams, you know what I mean, and things, because, that's the one thing I try to do is make sure I was good at a lot, but just not do a bunch of, I do this, I do that, I do this. If they come to me, if it makes sense, if it feel good, we run the play. You know what I mean? That's the best way I've made to keep it. That I kind of explain myself as, what is it, chameleon?
Chameleon.
A chameleon.
Yeah,
there we go. A chameleon, because, I just always believe in getting it done, man. If I can get in front of it, especially when a lot of people come to me, too, with last-minute stuff, I would call it. And, it's hard to deliver that. And they got big dreams and aspirations. But if I can get in front of it and plan it right, do a rollout to it or whatever it may be, you got to remember most things need marketing. Because, see, people don't know. You know me from the music, right?
Yeah.
I've done stuff with Bounce. I've done stuff, believe it or not, one of my major success of Glory I speak on because it was a great run. I was in all of the elements with 50 Cent, from the clothing, from the whoop, to the movies, to the dot. I was part of that whole.
The G-Unit clothing?
Yeah, the whole, everything.
Really?
All of shoes.
The
I
Reeboks?
was a cat with a shoe deal, because he blessed all those street cats that used to work with him. And, we had shoes, I'm talking about, I still probably got some of them damn Reeboks.
Wow.
Damn. Yeah. It's been a blessing though, man.
So how did you fall into the music business? How did you get it even started?
Blessing again. I had a cousin that was in the music, and he worked for Sony. But he was more in the marketing side from, back then, was physical CDs. So he covered the whole Southwest, Southeast region from a physical standpoint, held in stores. He kind of came from my world too, which is, which a lot of people don't realize it. I hate using these terms now, but it's a term that's a staple in the music industry. It's street teaming. That's what I came from. I was one of them. I am still them. I go past that flyers, go put billboards. Like when you probably, how long you been in Dallas?
What, 6 years?
Well, see, you don't remember the summer jams and all the stuff we used to do at the school with the radio stations. I had the teams of 10 and 15 individuals out there painting the city, we would call it. When you see poster boards all up and down the highways and stuff that was unbelievable, you would see, be like, how they put that up there?
Yeah.
We was the one putting that together, bro. You come over to the south side where Fair Park is, it would be shit everywhere, man, from the Puffies to the, I'm talking about, I go back, man. I'm 20 years plus in this crazy thing.
Goodness gracious, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Goodness.
It's crazy.
I remember the street teams. The street teams back then, for me, was the ones that got you hype about the album that was coming out.
It's the front line.
Yeah.
We would be the one outside of Walmart passing out product. You know what I mean? We would be ones outside the concerts. You know, coming out the clubs.
Yeah.
Giving you a T-shirt, giving you a CD single, giving you an album.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's so changed, different. You know, people, not just the artists, but labels just don't make product of that nature no more. So you don't get it in the same fashion. They sending it to your phone.
Yeah, via
You know what I mean?
Instagram.
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
You know, ads.
Yeah.
You know, the digital ads and things of that nature now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, man.
I've seen this thing in stages. I tell people, you know, when I get to rambling and talking, about every 3 to 5 years, man, this thing gonna take a change. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, for sure.
That quickly?
Well, give
That
or take.
seems fast though.
Well, when you in it, it's not fast. Cause think about, you know, I can remember when we was giving out wax, then we went to CDs, then we went to thumb drives. Now we all the way into an email. If you think about it, MP3,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
You
And I'm
think
talking
that's
the stages.
You think that's the technology that's
for sure.
doing that?
For sure. You got to remember, everybody's trying to figure out how to cut costs
Right.
and how to make it more simple
Yeah.
from a corporation standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Since you've been doing this thing, you've been trying to figure out how to simplify this thing.
Yes.
Mainstream it,
Yes.
and simplify.
Yeah.
That's two parts of business. You know what I mean?
Mainstream and simplify.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah, I've been trying to figure that out. That's essential for business. Yes.
Absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So because I would see you as somebody who's in the meetings with like executives and stuff,
Sure.
right?
I am.
So from an artist standpoint, what can you tell them that that will benefit that they don't get to hear in those meetings, as far as like their whole, either their persona, their
Yes.
image,
Yes.
to their merchandise?
Right.
Like, what is something that's like important?
Well, I would have to say this, and I know it's very redundant to them, but keeping it real with you, they're only invested in what can work.
You talking about the company?
Company, yeah. Who's ever willing to put this money up front? Let's be 1,000. I don't know if it's an independent, if it's a national label, whatever. They're investing into the possibility that I can get this back in 2 folds, 3 folds, if you really understand. It's an investment.
Right.
You know what I mean? People don't, yes, your talent is keen and it's going to be the one to get us there, but let's be 1,000. It's still business. End result, I got to know I can give you this 100 million and get it back.
That means they could get 300 million.
Absolutely.
But they only going to invest that. That's like
called
with
a wise
anything.
investment.
Yeah, that's
If I give you
anything.
$1, I want 5 back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
called a wise investment.
Is that why you think I guess the 360 deal came into effect?
Well, it's a two-way street to that. When I'm saying that is, labels come to realize how much they've really put up front on the possibility. Who's taking the bigger risk?
The record label.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not only they putting up the bread, which a lot of times you got to remember, they bringing their resources, they're bringing their work ethic. You ain't quite got it down yet, so I got to put you. I use the analogy to kind of keep things simple. I take you out of this Pinto and I put you in this Bentley. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The ride's gonna be different. It's gonna be better, and we're gonna be a lot more consistent.
Yeah.
You know, because let's be 1,000 as a consumer, because I try to play both sides of the situation, to be honest with you, and that's why I've always tried to stay in front of some things. But from a consumer standpoint, let's be honest. You don't buy into something that you don't like, so the wow effect has to be created. Who's creating the wow effect? The label.
Is it? I would push back a little bit. I think
Okay.
the artist,
Okay.
because here's what I feel. I feel like the artist is creating the wow effect. The labels or the company
Okay.
is actually putting it on Front Street.
It's a partnership though.
Yeah.
That's you're right, and I'm saying the same thing. But let's be 1,000. You have to be able to magnify this situation for people to buy in.
Got you.
We have to be able to wow you. Have to be able to wow the next fan or whomever to get you to buy in.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of components that go along with that. You know what I mean? Like you talk about when you first met me, you seen me. But see, I'm part of teams that's 15, 20 people deep. And I'm talking about across the country. You know, from my Epics to my Warner Brothers to my 300s. You know, all these labels that I'm tied to and a brand to, naturally it's more than just me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people don't realize the team concept. And then like I say again, when you deal with the independent, a lot of them trying to do it by themselves, trying to do it their way, then they don't want to listen.
Yeah.
But you want me to put my money up though.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work.
Where does that come in at? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. I want to get back to you, man.
Okay.
I want to get back to you because I know
Okay.
you said you started with Sony with your cousin, right?
Yes, sir.
And what was the first job or first thing that you was it with 50?
No. I honestly, Jennifer Lopez, Maxwell, who's someone else? Michael Jackson. This is epic.
What?
This is my first label, major label. Now, let me back up, take one step back. You might have been around to see this one. You ever heard of a label out here called Country Boy Records? We did a big concert about 6 years ago. It's called Texas Rap Fest.
No.
You wasn't here yet?
No.
Well, my nephew, family, he's came to be that, but he was really one of my first clients.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And with that being stated, he built a brand called Country Boy Records. He used to be signed to Death Row. So he after his Death Row run, he started his own brand, and we started a label. And, you know, he had artists going, but with that being stated, to fast forward, several years later, we did a big old thing called Texas Rap Fest. We had 43 Texas artists on one stage. And I'm talking about from the Ghetto Boys all the way out there to the Unknowns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right there at Fair Park.
Really?
Yeah, so this same brand, what I'm saying, was my first client
Okay.
of reality, of real, but my second client was Epic. And I'm saying I got associated to, you know, the Jennifer Lopez, Maxwell's, the Michael Jacksons, and things like that. And the light really came on for me to realize star power. You know what I mean? Like, man, these people really, you know, people react different when you got things that they want, I should say, than just the desire of giving them something that they don't know nothing about. And it started kind of working for me because my next client after that was Columbia. Now I have to back up and give a lot of ups to one of my super partner, friend, brother, you know, because over this time you kind of get in,
relationships.
yeah. And I'm talking about they turn into real family. And one of the gentlemen I'm speaking of, beyond just my cousin, his name was Lump. He's an OG in this game out of Houston. He was already doing what was, he's an OG. Like, you can, you know, some people you could tap him in and they check out. You know, he's one of them. So he just had a blessing because all these things about relationships, you got to remember that first. All of this is about relationships, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Relationships. So with that being said, my cousin asked me if I wanted to be in this game. I just moved to Texas. I'm telling you the honest God truth. Probably wasn't here 2 weeks. I didn't even know my way around Dallas yet. I came down, cousin was like, man, you be good to fool with this music shit. You know, because I'm a people person. I love music anyway. Yeah. I was one of the ones who used to go to the record stores every Tuesday and Thursday and buy what I like. You know what I mean? Too Shorts, the E40s, whatever. So just to fast forward, Lump was bringing Jagged Edge from Houston to Dallas. They had a show here, and then they were flying back out to Atlanta to show you how live life is.
Yeah.
Lump and my cousin are best friends at that time. They're still friends. We all family, like I said again. He said, man, you really want to fuck with this shit? I was like, yeah, who says no, though? Right. You know, not knowing what I'm jumping into. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I promise you, Scout's honor, the next week or two, because he'd always get referral calls about Dallas. Just didn't have nobody in Dallas to be representation to he felt like he could invest into, he would call it. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I started getting calls, bro, after calls. My first year, man, to talk about a real blessing, I probably had 5 to 7 major labels. My first year, and even in this music shit. And I'm talking about the Electras, the Warner Brothers, the MCAs, things that's around now, around then that's not around, like Polygram, Relativity Records. You're talking about 3-6 Mafia, Gangsta Boo.
Yeah.
You talk about the history of people like Juicy J, one of my people today.
Really?
Today, right now. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So just to fast forward, to go backwards to come forward, but I've been blessed, bro. You know what I mean? Because I got to see it from the top down instead of, having to get in and struggle and, not know what the real was. I'm on conference calls with 15, 20 people in different cities. I could patch you into Philly. I could patch you into New York. And it's been done. It's what I do.
Yeah.
That's where my superpowers is. People get me caught up with Dallas and the Southwest, but I'm outside the market, bro. I can tie you into Miami, Atlanta, 5 different ways, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Greg Streets are some of my partners, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, and so when these people were calling you, they was calling you to market them or just show them around Dallas?
No,
or
market. Straight up marketing. This is before Southern Fried. I was just BC. You know, like, yo, you know, we got a project, da-da-da-da-da. And see, when you was, then it was so designed, when you get the label, you got all the urban projects. When I say everything from Arista, you got to remember back in the end, Arista was LaFace Records. I had all of the Atlanta stuff. I worked all of the Outkast shit, bro. That's my, I'm telling you, my superpowers is my history of going backwards to come forward. I'm still relevant because I changed with the time, and it's just been a blessing. Because, like, I tell people this, and you probably couldn't even wrap your mind around this. This is how fortunate I am to say this. From 2000 to 2008, Southern Fried was responsible for 22 labels a year.
Goodness.
So just wrap your mind around that. When I say all the product, from urban product, I had an office downtown, what we talked about. I had to move, just like you speaking of.
Yeah.
Because you grew out of the small into the big spot.
Yeah.
So I had to get a big enough spot just to get the mail. I'm getting freights at this time of product coming in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. God.
I remember J Records birthing from the story of this. The first 4 projects they signed, Alicia Keys, Busta Rhymes, a couple other ones, but they was putting a staff together. I was one of the first ones to call because they need Dallas. You got to remember, Dallas is a top 5 market.
Yeah.
So many different ways. You know, you can go around it, you're still going to come back to it. That's why I've never really had a problem with gaining, I guess, work in a sense. You know, once you've known to deliver, you're going to get them phone calls, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly. So it was just a ripple effect. And that's why I call it for what it is. You asked me again to go back, how did this? Yeah, it was just a blessing. My cousin introduced me to the right individual that blessed my game, and I be honest, I ain't never had to look back after that point, bro.
That's
Never.
dope, man.
Never.
That's dope.
Never. I can honestly say it again, never.
Man. Dang.
It's crazy.
And so, when did you start Southern Fried Marketing?
2000.
Southern Fried Marketing, for those who don't know, is his marketing company. His company is the marketing company, right? Or is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Marketing, advertising group. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a marketing, advertising, promotion.
When did you actually start that?
2000.
Okay.
When it came to be an official brand, like I said, I was working probably a year or so prior to that. I moved to Dallas in 98, 99.
Okay.
And I was around here hustling, and I come to realize the growth came to be tremendous. And, you know, structure is key. People was expecting, and I'm starting to catch on, like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, you know, and my cousin had the Southern Fried Productions name, not doing much with it, and I just put the marketing with it because I always thought about I want it to stick on people's mind. You know what I mean? If I can get them to say it, I can get them to remember it, and it just kind of contagiously, because I always get the joke of Southern Fried Chicken all the time, but bigger than anything, I just need it in your mouth right, I'm cool.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
I can do the rest later on. The work gonna proceed itself, and you'll be able to see who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, for sure.
Man, kind of switch gears a little bit because this
Okay.
is like on my mind heavy.
Yes, sir.
I just finished watching the Kanye West documentary.
Good one.
And
great one, really.
My whole perception of Kanye has totally changed, man. It totally changed.
I'm sure.
Because I guess from his perception or his image,
Right.
he was an asshole and he would say shit that I didn't agree with. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But the way that the documentary was told, and shout out to Cootie,
Yes,
it's Cootie
sir.
and Chike.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to them for the documentary.
Yes, sir.
I want to get your take on it, man.
Honestly, I think it's genius. He's always been considered a genius, though, to be honest with you. I told somebody this the other day because, to me, on the industry side, you know, I've had some contacts with him. You know what I mean? I have some come-ins with him because working Def Jam, all of that. But, you know, you hear the war stories about one that complains a lot and diva, but, you know, he's been very consistent, so I don't take it as the same mentality as some other people do. Now, the one thing I would share with you, beyond just Kanye, when they come to be, and this is by my experience, and coming in contact with some very extraordinary individuals, when rare as they be a lot of times, they got some weirdness about them, bro. Extraordinary as they gonna be, you're gonna have a little twerk or quirk about them that's gonna be like, You know, what's that? But that's the uniqueness side of him, just to be honest with you. And his was very consistent all his career, if you think about it. He sit in that room, if you watched it, when he was broke as ever. And the one thing he's been consistent about is fuck this industry shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You know, so is he really crazy? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, if you look at it and pay attention, I can see what some things that took him there. Him loss of his mother, I think that would do any of us bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and you got to remember, he's on a real live short leash, but a long handle, and everybody's watching him. See what he's gonna do next. But I think he's really took his situation and did extremely awesome with it, because he's fashion in his music, and I am who I am. You can like it or you can hate it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you come to live life. Eventually, when you make it anyway.
Yeah. And I could see from how they dropped the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
I could see from the second one to the third one.
Right.
Is when I felt the change.
Absolutely.
And I guess that's the growth of it. And I heard Leor Cohen said, I watched the interview with Leor Cohen, and he was saying to be able to manage a small thing to when it become big it can always get dangerous.
Absolutely.
It can always get dangerous. And I was
Absolutely.
like, that's exactly what happened in the Kanye West situation.
Sure, you're right.
Because it was just him and his little crew.
Absolutely.
But once they got to the masses, it was like
Out of control.
Yeah.
Out of control. And it's a such thing, though, man. You got to remember that. You know, because let's be 1,000. Things can grow to beyond your imagination, and that's when the changes come. That people got to adapt. Let's be 1,000. You know, I only could say he couldn't imagine he was gonna be that big.
You don't think so?
Well, you can only hope, prayer, and dream, but still, once you get there, you got to be able to know how to handle that too. So that's why I say it still had to subside beyond what he ever could have fathomed. To have that much attention, him walking down the street bumping his head, and it was what everybody was talking about.
Yeah.
He couldn't imagine that.
Right.
Now, I do think he imagined that he would be huge, be one of the greatest, which he's that. But I'm talking about the attention span of people really want to see this man, and in so many ways, every little bump, bruise, and whatever, you know, that just had to be beyond anybody, I would think.
Yeah. And that's got to be hard too.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of, like, I know from me, well, at least from the outside looking in, it looks like fame is fun. You know what I mean?
Man.
It looks.
Well, I say this to you from my experience of being around it. It's a real life sacrifice too, bro. Because you don't get you give up. Think about it, Michael Jackson. He never was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, how often did he get a normal life? He had to fight for it. You know what I mean? He had to create his own bubble that was normal to him of some nature. But then again, he's so extraordinary at that point. It looked weird to us. Like, how this man got this whole zoo
in his backyard.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but he created his own world, his own bubble, in a sense. And I get it. But he didn't really have a fair chance to say. You know, he was in Vegas at 7, 8 years old, they said. And however old he was, they wouldn't even accept it. If you go back, I'm going to tell you, it's a documentary you need to watch, is the Quincy Jones documentary. It opens it up from a different perspective of the Michael Jackson thing than what the family tells. And it's not a bad, I'm just saying, it's from his dealings and going back color barriers of when people was in certain places. Like Vegas wasn't accepting us out there, even though we was entertainment.
Yeah.
But now you come to me sitting here talking about Jackson 5 family was some of the first folks on the block. And they was kids, bro, in Vegas entertaining.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, people don't talk about where was school. When was they going to school?
Yeah. Yeah. They couldn't go to school.
That's my point. You know, they couldn't
have no social life.
They had none of that, bro.
Yeah.
So just to, and then you want to ask why one may act weird or why they may be different or why they carry on different. Shit.
And that fame, you can't turn it off. You can't just be like, all right, I don't want to be famous today.
Think how many people you know that's died for it, bro. They sacrificed. I've told people, I say this, and I'm going to say it on record for once. You know, even getting into music, you start getting around it and you see the knack of it. I've always said I never really wanted to be famous. I just want to be wealthy in this game, you know what I mean, as far as financially and be set and straight. I never really wanted the fame, you know what I mean? I downplay it for better words, you know what I mean, because that comes with a different type of pigmentation and whole thing. Be honest with you.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of being wealthy, man, I know you jumped in the cannabis game.
Yes, sir.
Man, so, how did you get into the? I mean, I know everybody is getting into the cannabis, but like, take me through that process, man. How did you even get into that?
I'll be real honest with you. Paying attention. I'm originally from Oklahoma.
Okay.
And when it started coming to be what it was, you know, because I was one, you know, I'm a smokehead. I'm gonna own up to it, but you know, I do it in my own recognizance. But with that being stated, just the business, you know, I earn for business. I yearn for business. I want to, you know, I'm just like anybody. I want to be great, wealthy, and the whole spiel. But it's so transparent in that cannabis space how much money is being made. You know, I was one to watch Denver. You know, and I say watch because my family was out there, and we used to patronize and go out there and just watch how it raised up financially. And then, you know, sometimes they state what the state has made and what the things has done. And like I said, I'm originally from Oklahoma, so I always had my residency. I never even moved in Dallas and things. I always kept an Oklahoma residence. I always had my license there. And then just funny, when I realized what I had done, it came to be of a value. Like, you know, to even be able to get in, you got to be 2-year residents, this, that, and the third. I've been there all my life. I never left from a record standpoint.
Yeah.
So I just started paying attention, man. Like, you know. So I had got approached from a investment firm, to be honest with you, wanting to see if I knew anybody that could connect them with where they could do the cannabis in, you know, in Oklahoma and have residency and do it all legally. And the light came on like, yo, I'm tripping. Like,
that's me.
Right. So then I got my little brother. We got to educating ourselves tougher and thinking about, man, we got to buy our own in this. It's like buying real estate and things of that nature. You got to invest your own bread, bro. Just be honest with you. And you know, it just grew, and then you know, the first project that I had, and I'm still involved with today, which is a blessing, 22-acre farm, bro, Zaza Farms. You know, we producing and it's turning around, and we doing the harvesting, and we in the business. And then I reached off and branched off, I should say. I've always been in front of it, which even before the Zaza came to be a public thing was me and my little brother got a brand called Cool Kids Cannabis. You know what I mean? We got our own first pre-rolls. They in stores now. You know, we've been involved in dealing with several farms in different places. You know, Turtle Leaf is one of our families right there in Ardmore. We producing great brick product, and it's just start thriving, bro. You know, it's like, think about an individual getting a 7-Eleven and you learning about the retail game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you realize, people don't realize over the years, 7-Eleven has changed the game.
Yeah.
You walk in 7-Eleven, everything that they may have as a considered aftermarket brand, they got it equal 7-Eleven.
Yes.
Trail mix, donuts, chips. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's the same thing. We finna purchase a dispensary. You know what I mean? So it's just growing in that space, man. It's been really, you know, one, refreshing. Two, you know, I encourage anybody to get in that space, bro, because, like, honestly, it's not enough of us in it. You know what I mean? And let's be 1,000. It's for the first time we can be legal doing something we always was taught that was illegal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about it's a lot of money, bro.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's probably finna set out some stats within the next, you know, over the next 6 months to a year, number-wise, it'll probably really boggle a lot of people's brains.
Man.
Because there's a lot of people from L.A. that's already had stuff going on. They just brought their companies down this way because you can get more land. And see, the thing with rules and regulations in Oklahoma is unlimited. Where restricted in California is restricted in Denver, even in that commercial side of it.
What do you mean restricted? Like,
you can only have so much crop, and you can only turn around so much every crop.
Oh,
Oklahoma,
okay.
I can do 1,000 if I want to. If I want to do 2,000, if I got the land to do it, I can do it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I
because
can
it's
turn over
legal.
more.
It's legal in Oklahoma.
Absolutely.
Texas need to come on, man.
And they one of the last ones, bro. But you know, I tell you, they're no different than the casinos. Why we ain't got no casinos? We lose so much money outside of our border from Louisiana for years, and then Oklahoma got smart enough. And if you realize everywhere you come out of here on the Oklahoma side, it's a casino. So the first thing you see.
I never realized that. I never realized there is no.
Go down 75, you'll see one. Go down 35, you'll see one. Go down any which way you creak into Oklahoma. I don't care if it's El Reno, Lawton, whatever, because you come out of Wichita Falls.
Yeah.
You're going into Lawton, right?
Yeah.
You're going to see a casino, I'm telling you.
I never realized that about.
And we lose a lot of money on statewide on that rim if you just think about it alone.
Man.
A lot of money, man. I'm talking about that WinStar's a cold piece of work.
Yes. Yes.
I know people wake up at midnight. They cut out. Go to WinStar. Like, what did you talk about? Yeah. I'm going to the casino for the night. What? You ain't staying the night? Now I'm driving back. God. I'm talking about men, women, everybody, bro.
And it's so much freaking land in Texas that it could be an easy
fix in Dallas alone. They could literally. I heard this at one time. They was gonna be building hotels and casinos down right there in West Dallas. That whole West Grove. Yeah. That's what that project was supposed to be at one point. They said.
Really?
We never seen it develop to that, but if you think about that whole river or whatever is button down the backside of that,
yeah,
they could do that all day long down through there, bro, and we could be winning for real. From that standpoint.
Damn, I ain't never thought about that. There is no, because I used to live in Houston. I don't remember no casinos.
That's not.
Everybody used to go to Louisiana.
Absolutely.
To go to casinos. Absolutely. Even when I moved here, we went to WinStar in Oklahoma to go to.
People been driving to Shreveport for years. Shit. You think about it. Years. Way before WinStar. They take buses down there. 100 people buses on a Sunday. You stay down 5-6 hours, bring them on back.
Yeah, my wife, she used to talk about how her grandma used to do the turnaround trips to go to casinos.
That's how I know it.
Yeah.
My older people sure do it.
God damn. Okay, and so for the cannabis, you have a like a storefront, or
no? We just in the grow space right now, and like I said, we just got our first production of pre-rolls, which is with cool kids, things of that nature. But no storefront. Yeah, we're working on a dispensary.
Okay,
working on finding a location and get that rolling as well too.
So on the grow, you grow the cannabis, you market it, and then you ship it to different stores around the country.
And then, and there's a lot of different than just flour. You got the shatter, you got the wax, you got the oils. So it's a lot of things that break down just from that tree. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, every piece of that tree is used, bro.
Really?
Down to the stems and the bark of it. Everything you think that's some waste, they using that shit, bro.
Snoop Dogg got us messed up because he's no stems, no sticks, no seeds. Right. So everybody just throw that shit away.
But believe me, there is stems, and you're going to come across some seeds from time to time. And trust me, of the best. You hear me?
Yeah. Cool kids. So anywhere they sell cannabis, they can get cool kids?
Well, we're growing into more and more stores.
Okay.
We're in a few of them as we speak in Oklahoma. You know what I mean? And we just growing at this point.
Okay.
We're just growing.
Okay. Yeah. You ever thought about getting into like the CBD stuff?
Absolutely. I'm researching and getting into some of that as we speak, because then that'll put me in that lane of Texas as well. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm really working on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to diversify in business, bro. You'll know me from music, and it's cool, and I'm gonna use all my relationships. But with that being said, I just wanna. I've always wanted and the desire to have a couple things going on that people just didn't know. Like, oh, no shit. Like, man, I couldn't imagine, know?
Yeah. Where'd you get your business sense from? Like,
shit,
is it
self-taught,
just,
bro.
Really?
Just ambition of wanting to be successful, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I can't even sit here and say I'm doing a whole bunch of reading, none of that shit, man. I'm a hands-on dude, so my process may be a little bit different than someone else because I got to be hands-on with it. I know that's cliche as hell, but it's just that, to be honest with you. Not scared to take a risk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm even dabbling in a little bit of real estate right now, too.
Yeah. Real estate where it's at right now, too.
Absolutely. As my partner would say, buy you some of that dirt.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Buy you some of that dirt, man. You know what I mean? They can't take it from you.
For real. God damn, man. That's dope. I love to hear, because Nip is one of my favorite artists, right?
Absolutely.
And he used to preach the same thing, like diversify.
Absolutely.
Put your money somewhere else.
You have to, man.
You know what I mean? So if something else ain't working right now,
there you go.
This is striving. You still be able to maintain.
Even in all business, it's seasonal. You got to understand the peaks and the valleys of all business. So you have a few things that's going on that help you float through your times when it's down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, always peaks and valleys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely.
Are you working with anybody right now? Any major artists or any artists
Well, I'm super blessed. You know, this 300 thing is great for us right now. You know, 300. I came to be the Southwest Regional for 300 right now, doing a lot of that. So we got the Mary J. Blige. We got the Gunna that's going #1 right now. You got, you know, your shit. So you got Thug. You got all kind of them. And Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
You know, I got an artist that, you know, I'm coming to educate and learn even more. And we working, young brother out of the up top called the Snot record. You know, you got Snot, ASAP Rocky, and Doja Cat on it. That's big for us right now. So, you know, the 300 thing is great for me, man. But then, like, again, I work with Warner Brothers. Got a brand new Erica Banks record right now. You know what I mean? Got several artists coming off Warner Brothers, and we just working, bro. You know what I mean? I got a couple indie artists that you've worked with. You know, Alexis Finley.
Yeah. You
know, she's doing great. We got a big month for her. Got a project dropping, whole project album called Beautiful One that's dropping in March during her birthday time, and she's actually performing with Chris Brown in Houston. So it's gonna be, you know, it's home. We really been concentrating on home, really cracking home, and getting that genuine support for her, and it's really building a foundation. It's coming along great. So. Her and, you know, Jones Moreau. You know what I mean?
Jones Moreau is dope.
Jones Moreau is a special thing.
Yeah.
You know, we're grooming that thing, and it's coming along. You know, we got some big records, got a project getting ready to come. Just dropped a single called Red Light. Please, everybody, go check that out as well. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And back on Alexis as well, we got a new single out called Where You At. Go check it out. It's streaming everywhere. I'm talking about, like, yeah, I got my hands in a few things, you know what I mean, man? I just try to play to the back, man. You see me walking rooms. I be trying my best to stay out the way. But they always want to ask the big fella what he think. You know what I mean?
Because one...
BC, what you think? Oh, man, I'm just trying to support. Y'all saying I don't support and I don't show up. So I'm just trying to do my part and just show up. You know what I mean?
Because they know they're going to get the real from you, man. That's what it is.
Nah, I appreciate it, man.
They're going to get the real from you.
I appreciate it because, you know, I'll be honest with you, man. I've... just try to keep it very authentic and just stay real too. You know what I mean? Because I figure people would appreciate that over time, even when it hurt. You know, I was one of them ones myself. I don't really want to hear that bullshit. You know what I mean? But you get to riding down the street, get to processing, thinking like, I really do appreciate that motherfucker telling me the truth, bro. You know, because like I've had to tell some cats their music ain't what it is right now, and it might have a mountain of money, bro. But that's what a lot of people don't realize. All that shit got to click at the same time. You got to have good music. You gotta have work ethic. You gotta have a plan. You gotta have a process of going forward. You gotta have the capability to be able to alter, cause shit ain't gonna always go as planned. You know what I mean? All of it is like, I'd be tripping because people always say, man, how do you do such? Well, shit, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's no picture perfect way, but if you get started and you can be consistent, you can tweak it and do the things that's necessary, bro. To be honest with you, cause there's no no two people did it the same exact way. I ain't seen it yet. And I've been a part of a lot of projects, bro. Now, there's a few things they've done so similar of the same.
Okay.
You understand what I mean when I say that? Yeah, you got to do Spotify. Yeah, you got to do Apple. All that political shit is cool. But I'm talking about one may have worked harder on the move around and shaking hands and kissing babies than when another person might have worked the internet. See what I'm saying? So you can't really say both of them got to that destination the same. Like we just talking about the baby.
Yeah.
I saw the baby myself pat his feet to where he could eat and be that. And he claimed it and said, I'm going to be the coldest rapping motherfucker ever. And I looked at him like, this nigga here cocky than a hoe.
Yeah.
He'll tell you. It's one of my peoples. We see each other on sight. Is what it is. Love off the rip.
Yeah.
But I said, you know, after I realized what his message, it's no different than when Wayne stood up that one summer and said, I'm the coldest rapper alive.
Yeah.
No different.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Ain't none.
Come on now.
Yeah, you claim it. I mean, you stand on it. You know what I mean?
Now. And that's as a man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just, you know, I've been blessed to see some of them really up close and really get an understanding what this shit's really about, bro. You know what I mean? That's my secret power. I've been around right there with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
and also, and if you can break this down for me, because I forgot the rapper or artist name. I seen him on $1 Million Worth of Game, Gillian Wallow podcast.
Okay.
He was saying you need at least $250,000 to work a record. And I was like, Where is the 250,000 going? Like,
First off, you have to remember it's a lot going on with that 250,000. The move around, hotels, food. I'm talking about basic. Let's talk about basic necessities.
okay,
Your travel,
okay, that's flight, hotel.
and let's say we're gonna have you out on the road for the next 90 days. Can you wrap your mind around what that budget look like? Cause that has to happen.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
After we get this record cracking and it's buzzing, we got to go ahead and as we call it, we got a nigga knock, bro.
Yeah.
We got to go touch these people. Oh, let's call it what it is, campaign, like the president.
Yeah.
Go touch these babies. Go convince these people that I'm the next star. It's got to happen. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay. So that's a budget alone. You ready for the next one?
What?
I need to put on multiple people in different markets that's concentrating on my project that make it their priority. So I need to hire me a team. 3 to 5 people. That's reasonable to you?
Yeah, I would say that's reasonable.
And what markets would you pick out if you said 3 to 5 people? Your popular market. Let's say we're taking this podcast right now with a budget. It ain't even music.
Yeah.
We want to take this podcast and make this motherfucker national.
I would say LA, Atlanta, New York, all up and down that East Coast. Well, not everybody, but I would say New York, Philly, Atlanta,
Okay.
Miami,
Okay.
Houston, Dallas, and LA.
You named 8 to 10 markets that quick. I said 5. I said 3 to 5. You named out 8 at least. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. And if we had to concentrate on those markets and get you into those markets, what's one of the first places that you would start yourself?
Radio.
No. You called a motherfucker like me, so that's in them streets.
Oh yeah.
I need to
Somebody
call the
touch
soil.
people. Yeah.
I need to call the motherfucker that touch these people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I need to get the right motherfuckers on my team.
Yeah.
That knows the ins and outs of the navigation of that market. Let's call it that.
Okay. So shit, we already almost
See what I'm
about
saying?
250, man.
Not even quite 250. We definitely passed 50 or 60
Yeah.
to get it set up right, even what I'm saying.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So the money is really, and let's keep it real. Now you talk about a project. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you talking about a project. And here's the cold part that people don't really own up to, the crazy part. You're never traveling by yourself.
Right. Because I got to have my wife. I got to have my kids. I got to have my camera person. I need a PR person with me. Yeah.
So it adds
Manager.
up. It adds up, bro. It adds up because people don't think about the internal part. You know? And I just kept it basic. I started at the root of the tutor.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? You got to pick out the markets. You got to, and then we ain't talking about promotional items. We ain't talking about promotional ads, plans, and we gotta. Before we get there, we gotta let them know we coming.
Right.
You said radio.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Damn, yeah.
to do the math, and then keep it real with you. Here's what people don't talk about. Within that 250, you're very mindful and hopeful that some money is starting to come back in. You know what I mean? 2,000, 5,000. Some money starting to generate.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. So it's not a 2,000 hard stop, but the realistic of real, let's be 1,000. You branding? You trying to get out there, trying to push a brand, and shit. How much this sweat top cost?
Shit. I mean,
how much this sweat top cost too? Don't shortcut me. Tell me the truth.
The sweater costs $20. The patching is $35, and then I had to pay the guy who designed it.
Yes, sir. So it's a $75 sweat top.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
We got to make 5,000 of these. I'm just
Yeah.
let's say 500 even.
Yeah.
That's realistic. Because every market we're going to go into, we're going to leave 100 of them behind with the right people. Because we're going to come in contact. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit, that's a $30,000 budget right there for these sweat tops.
And those are just promotional stuff. You ain't making no money off of that shit.
But we got to go into that market convincingly changing these people to realize we got something going on that where they want to be on this motherfucker. You saying? And I'm just using the old school way and the way it tangibly I've seen it work. You got to remember, I can't say that my way is the only way either, though. But I just know that way works. That route works, bro. I've seen it work too many times.
So how do you recoup on that though? That 250.
It starts coming back in. Like I said again.
Is it from the shows or is it just from?
We don't know which
streaming?
way. We don't know which way it's gonna pop yet. We out here getting to it.
Okay.
That's what we are applying the pressure about. Find out which one of these platforms is gonna be our strong platform to say, hey, shit, YouTube done messed around and jumped off for us. The money started coming out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you still applying that type of pressure.
Yeah. God damn. That 250 guy ate him so fast.
Oh, we got to take care of baby because we got to make sure all these cameras was with us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Flights, gas, rental trucks, hotels.
Yeah.
I ain't even said nothing about eating yet.
We ain't even ate yet. God.
Oh, and I'm gonna tell you the funny part. When you get out on the road, you try to minimize everything, right? I'm gonna give y'all a stipend. At least I know you better eat at least twice a day. Well, damn, I'm a nigga that used to eating 3 times a day and eating good.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? But you want me to go out on the road, make sure your shit popping for the next 30 days, leave my family behind. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It be different. It's real, bro.
God damn. We're going to take some Spirit flights. You know what I'm saying?
Back to what we initially started our conversation about. You got to learn how to minimize
and simplify. God damn. That's going to be the name of this podcast. That's going to be the name of this podcast. Shit. That's going to be the title, man.
Just to give you some jewels, man. And I sit around and I think all the time. You know, people be tripping, man, what you thinking about? Man, it'll pull you all the way out of the place if I really told you what I was thinking about right now.
Yeah.
I really be trying to figure out how to minimize and simplify and maximize even. I ain't really want to blow your brains with that part, but that's the key. You know, the end goal is trying to maximize the shit out of all of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not advising anybody to cut corners, but I'm just telling the truth. There's no short way to this, bro. Like I told you, I'm 25 plus. Well, excuse me, 23, 22, 24. Yeah. But still, you know, before somebody even want to hear me talk about some shit.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you probably get invites to, hey, man, come sit down.
I do.
You know what I'm saying? I know you do.
I used to dodge it a lot, man, because I just used to always blame them. I ain't ready to start telling my story yet. I ain't ready to start telling my story. Because, you know, like, let's be 1,000, man. Everybody ain't listening. You know, so I just didn't really want to be talking on deaf ears. And the reason why I start challenging myself now is because, truly, if you don't start telling your story, people won't know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So I ain't gonna hold it myself, and I ain't shooting no documentary. I didn't do the Kanye.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I had, because I used to have a lot of content, bro. That we used to, because you know we responsible for pictures and videos and all that shit, dealing with these labels. You know what I mean? But I never thought about compiling it for myself and turning it into something that, from my point of view, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man. I can go back to being the first point of contact for the baby coming into the market. And then I can do the same thing about Outkast, Goody Mob, CeeLo Greens. You know, like, I'm the first point of contact when they come into this market, take their first promotional run, not only just Dallas, but I'm running to Oklahoma, running to Houston, running through Louisiana. I might take some people all the way to Atlanta, bro, and pass them off. Truly.
God.
Truly.
Yeah.
Truly, bro. I'm that one to be out there 13, 14 days at a time on a promo run.
So how do people hire you? How do people get a hold of you to even make that play? Or they got to go through a label?
No. I'm super open. I'm available. Shit, I'm probably one of those cats that still, I hate saying this shit online, but still got my number in my bio on my IG. What the fuck? I was just saying the other day, I got to take this goddamn phone number out of my bio. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I get. But you know, I'm accessible, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I do. The blessing is I get a lot of referrals. Somebody's done some work with me and they say, hey, bro, this is the cat. You know, so I've just really built my company off of that alone, because it'll give me a chance to get past go with whoever, because they already know what they're looking for. They know what they want. You know what I mean? So I make a point to figure out what they got going on, figure out what's the best way for me to get involved, and then we grow from there. You know what I mean? Just to be really honest with you, I'm simple, bro. You know, I'm super simple. Let's figure out what you got going on, and You know, I got probably 3 to 5 good magical questions, you know, and see if you can sustain those, because a lot of times usually budgets.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Once I tell them my numbers and things of that nature, not that I'm astronomically crazy high or anything, but at least you got to lock me in first where I can focus on your dream.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. 100%. Yeah.
So, you know, that's just what it is. But like I said again, man, I can't stress it enough. Just blessed, man. Blessed.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm part of the elite.
I can feel that too, and not even just because it was a minute before we actually even seen each other face to face, because we would usually just be on the phone.
Absolutely.
And I came to one of your events at the school. What was the what's the name of the school? It's
Lincoln?
It's a music school.
Got the video, audio, Lincoln. Oh, you came to
What's the name of that school? It's a
Media
music
Tech.
school.
Media Tech.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
came with Media Tech.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
then you had all these inside execs and
Yes, sir.
all these people.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, who the fuck am I dealing with, man? I had to start questioning, like, who am I dealing with, man? This motherfucker know everybody.
Yeah,
and these are like people that you won't recognize, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they are the people who you want, if you were an artist, those are people who you want to be in contact with.
Right. One thing I learned, and I usually share this, man, because everybody's so caught up in the hoopla, I call it. There's a real live elite club in this music space, bro. There's a few real ones that keep this thing going, bro. You know what I mean? And they could be standing right next to you, and you wouldn't even know it. Because, you know, they look like us in a sense, you know, and it's great. But I think a lot of times people don't take the extreme value when I talk about relationships, man, how important they are in this game, bro. If I couldn't give them anything else, relationships is key.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
You
Genuine relationships,
Absolutely.
man.
Absolutely.
Genuine relationship
Absolutely.
is
Absolutely.
what I love, because it's like it's nothing to throw your boy, hey man, I need this. This is somebody who need to get something done, and it's easy.
Put them in position.
Yeah.
Put 'em in
It's
position.
super easy, man.
Absolutely. I agree.
How did you get involved with Media Tech?
Funny you said doing meet and greets, and you know, a couple over the years. It was a known studio before it came to be a school, and I go back with it before it was even just the school and just history. You know, some of the people that I would go over there they turn into instructors, and one of my best friends, partner, he's my bro, Johnny Cash, shout out. But he came to be an instructor, student, instructor, and moved on. You know what I mean? So it's just relationships again.
Because it's
Honestly.
a dope place, man. I was like,
yes.
what is this? They had a big ass green screen. They had a live
yes,
stage where you could
yes.
perform, different rooms to record in.
Absolutely.
like-
People, they've heard me say this a couple times, but that's one of the facilities. But Cash went out and built him same type of structure, you know, different rooms, podcast rooms, and got a area where you can finish out videos or whatever. But it's like a turn switch. You can walk in there and do your music, get it done, do a video, you know what I'm saying, and walk out the door with a product.
Right.
You know, if you really lie.
Yeah.
But you know, it's one of a kind, to be honest. Because I think they got another facility in Houston too. But like I said, my Cash got a studio right around the corner out here in Grand Prairie, right off our Beltline and 30. You know, Digital U. I don't know if you heard of it.
No, I haven't.
Yes, it's a well-known collective of producers came together. Got a great working facility, bro. Might gotta check it out.
Okay,
For real.
Digital U, man.
Digital U, man.
Digital U.
Yes, sir. Digital
Man.
University.
Okay. My last question, man. I ain't gonna hold you too long.
Nah, you good?
What motivates you, man?
Wow. Being successful. My kids. You know what I mean? Family. Seeing them smile, bro, to be honest with you. I got grandbabies now, so that my grandbabies, they got me wrapped around their fingers. My family talk about it, you know what I mean? But honestly, man, I'm from Oklahoma, bro. It's super simple for me, you know what I mean? And I try to keep it that way. Just try to stay genuine and just pay forward, bro, where I can give something to somebody else. But if I had to really say for better words, it's my kids, my family, my mama. You know what I mean? You know, my loved ones, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My loved ones, big dog, to be honest with you.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Man, leave all your social media. I know, because I know people are going to be hitting you, trying to get some game from you. Have you do something for them, man. So,
Right. You know, it's simple. Southern Fried Marketing, Southern Fried KTG on IG. Shoot, you know, believe it or not, I'm one of them cats, man. You can ask somebody my number. You know, it's funny because when I usually give somebody, man, I got this in my phone already. Yeah, you know, okay, cool. Just didn't utilize it.
yeah.
But yeah, it's simple, man. When I say Southern Fried Marketing, bro. Southern Fried Marketing.
That's what's up, man. BC, man, it was
Yes,
a pleasure,
sir.
man.
I'm grateful, bro.
Thank you for tapping in with us,
sir.
man.
Yes, we tapped in today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, y'all, this has been the Tap In Podcast, man. Thank y'all for tapping in. Until next time, man, we out.